Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to another edition of WWE Updates. We are back again with the World Grand Prix, Day 5. Now obviously the last episode we were unsure how we were going to book it, if it was going to be the day after or if it was going to be the Sunday in-game. I'm happy to confirm that I quickly got some deals done, and we have this show booked in a multitude, if I can get to the right screen, of networks. We're on 52MX in Mexico, CBC Television, ITV, 1HD, Sport.tv, TV Asahi, I believe that is, and the USA network. So we're covered pretty much everywhere on commercial television, and hopefully this will mean we should still get a good pay-per-view buy when it comes to the final and when it comes to Survivor Series. So it is of course block. Is this block A? I believe this is block A, the third set of fixtures. We've got Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt who are on maximum points at the moment. So we'll kick into it, we'll hopefully get a good show here and hopefully continue to have a successful tournament. So here it is, it's the Day 5 of the Grand Prix. So 43,331 at the Safeco Field, so that's not bad, it is 52,000, but I felt like it's somewhere we need to go to and hopefully somewhere we can get a good pop in. So first off, obviously John Cena is suffering from a bit of fatigue, so he won't be in any 5-on-5 matches or that. He is in a feud against some of the Wyatt members, so the fact that I could get an A95 segment out of him arguing with Bray, and of course Strowman, Harper and Baron Corbin is only good for the likes of Strowman and Corbin. Cena did a masterful job, bizarrely so did Braun Strowman. Luke Harper did improvise well, Corbin didn't do great, but he got the show off to a strong start, he got the crowd hotter. Corbin looked lost, Strowman was underwhelming, Luke Harper was just okay, and basically Cena and Wyatt looking like complete stars. But a new Age of Wyatt storyline has advanced with this segment. No skill improvements, but no doubt a good position for the likes of Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman to be a part of. So our opening contest in this block for today is a superb bout with great heat. And it was Sami Zayn defeating Cesaro in 1744 by pinfall with the Brainbuster. This was a B82. You got the crowd hotter, a great performance from Sami Zayn at 94, a 92 from Cesaro, and no skill improvements. It's one of those ones that is going to be capped for the length of the match, and of course no storyline. But great matchup. You see these two guys are very over, and it results in Sami Zayn getting 2 points. And to continue to get some storylines over and to continue to get the heat on them, Sami Zayn wins, so Kevin Owens steals his spotlight and beats him up. A90, Sami Zayn looks good, Kevin Owens looks excellent. It continues their Fight Forever storyline. Whether half of these storylines make it to Survivor Series, I'm unsure, but it's just the storylines I'm using just to get over the lack of storylines that will be really taking place between some of the matchups here. Next up, in a non-tournament bout, we had subpar wrestling and little heat, and we had a team of Bayley and Charlotte defeating Liv Morgan and Taya Valkyrie, and 7:42 when Charlotte defeated Taya by pinfall. In terms of in-ring work, Bayley was head and shoulders above everyone else. C63 is still very respectable, I'm quite happy with that. The men's team lifted the match, Charlotte got a 60, Bayley with a 70, 44 for Taya, 45 for Liv Morgan, and the Hugger versus Boss storyline continues. No skill improvements. Negatives here, there will be a few. Taya's quite unhappy. Again, the ladies holding back on pay-per-view or on a special event at least, so that's pretty disappointing. Next up, Charlotte and Paige then have a heated confrontation backstage, and they eventually come to blows before security breaks them up. So I'm kind of moving Charlotte into the role that Becky was in, so she'll maybe have a little feud with Paige on SmackDown. This got a C+70 rating. Charlotte getting her gimmick, sorry. The performance of Paige was good, and the SmackDown Women's Division storyline progresses with this segment. Nothing else to really add there, but hopefully Charlotte can get to the level of Paige and Becky, and we'll be delighted. Next up, in another non-tournament match, they had decent wrestling but little heat, with American Alpha defeat the Revival and 11:25 when Chad Gable defeated Scott Dawson by pinfall. A solid C plus 68, neither are like particularly as over as they should be. American Alpha doing okay on Raw, but overness is maybe mid 40s. This could be better. The Revival and ECW awaiting their move. Scott Dawson still not suited to his gimmick though. 63 for Gable, 65 for Jason Jordan, 60 for Dash Wilder. Disappointingly only a 52 for Scott Dawson, but a good performance nonetheless. Scott Dawson improving performance skills. He's one of these guys that just seems to keep improving. So the Revival will get their move to the top two brands eventually. And just a one negative there it seems, which is Jason Jordan's inconsistency. So pretty happy with that. There's a long way to go in terms of building them up. Next up we've got CM Punk cutting a promo against basically Roman Reigns. He's not facing Roman Reigns, but he's saying he's going to win this tournament. He wants his title shot, so basically a cheap promo here to get a good rating at B plus 88. Punk enjoys going off script. Performance was good, and it continues that storyline for the Survival G1. And he's facing The Miz, and it's The Miz who loses. The match with superb wrestling and great heat. Punk wins with a Pepsi Plunge in B81. In 1446 with a B81, sorry. Punk with a 94, The Miz with an 89, so we're really starting to get behind The Miz. The Miz is improving his Rumble skills, but it is CM Punk who takes the win, and it's probably would have been better if it wasn't again for the storyline and the capped length. Next up, for some reason, Bray Wyatt has cut a promo on Bobby Fish when it should have been Bobby Roode, but regardless, Bray comes across as a star. It's an A91 promo, and it's just fantastic. Leading into his match, it's going to be Bray Wyatt with a 100% record against Bobby Roode with a 100% loss record. And the matchup was only a 77 B- because of obviously the lack of storyline and two heels. But in a superb match, Bray Wyatt maintains his unbeaten record, defeating Bobby Roode in 1604 by pinfall with a standing senton splash. Bray Wyatt was tiring towards the end, so we need to try and see if we can work on his stamina. But he looked good out there. A 99 performance for him and a 75 for Bobby Roode. No skill improvements, few negatives there, which obviously affected the match rating. Next up, backstage, Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura are rivals and have a storyline against each other, so they have a little heated confrontation backstage, which doesn't result in them going against each other. So B83 here. Nakamura's performance was fantastic and just continues their storyline. They'll probably have another match, I think, a Survivor Series. Roman Reigns then responds to CM Punk before his match up tonight and just says if Punk thinks he can come and take it, bring it on. He's beat him before, and they had a big war going back a couple months ago, so he's not scared to face Punk again. B plus 88. Reigns comes out of it looking excellent, and the Survival G1 storyline advances again. And it's a poor match for Roman, but it was a good match apparently, despite the poor rating. Completely contradicts what it says, but you know what I mean. Like a B-77 for Roman Reigns isn't good in my opinion. But Roman defeats Alberto Del Rio in 10:42 by pinfall. Del Rio obviously still affected by his injury. Roman looks good. Maybe Del Rio made him look real strong, but Del Rio with a 69, Reigns with a 95. Roman Reigns improving flying skills, but most importantly for Roman is 2 points for him. Obviously a short match, two heels against each other. There are very few negatives there again with Alberto. He's always going to result in a lower rating, but these are the kind of matches unfortunately you have to do in the middle of these kind of tournaments. Oh, what's our turn or gimmick? Oh, my referee. That's cool. Yep, he did change his gimmick. That's cool. Next up, we just basically have Kevin Owens talking shit on Sami Zayn, talking about earlier on, just getting some more heat behind the storyline and try to get the crowd raring to go before the co-main event, which is a 5-on-5. So A91 there, comes out at looking excellent and continues the storyline. It's just what you want. Co-main event was okay. It was about did some great wrestling and decent heat. Apollo Crews, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Dachi Hashimoto, and Hayata Jr. Fujita defeated Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Rusev, Gallows and Anderson in 14-11 when Rollins defeated Gallows with God's Last Gift. The B81 is understandable because it's no real storyline behind this, but just putting guys in action so they're not unhappy. Anderson was off his game. A 77 from Fujita, 70 from Hashimoto, 95 Rollins, 96 Ambrose, 94 Cruz, 70 for Anderson, a 69 for Gallows, a 79 for Rusev, 92 for Orton, and a 95 for Kevin Owens. So decent in-ring performances there. You can clearly see who's in the tag division, who's in the main event, and then Rusev's just kind of there. It continues the storyline. Ambrose and Orton improving performance skills, with Gallows in technical and Rusev in Rumble. And there's going to be Capped and a few other negatives there. So not the greatest matchup, but it's okay. And hopefully our main event can deliver. We basically start with Finn Balor speaking about the match against Shinsuke Nakamura in the main event. And that gets an A92. So the announcing was good there. He came across well. No negative again. Being short, did give him 5 full minutes to speak. And the match itself properly sucked. No. Well, rating wise, it sucked anyway. An exceptional match, we had Finn Balor defeat Shinsuke Nakamura in 22:51 by pinfall with a flying double stomp, following botched interference from Randy Orton. E-77 is really poor. I thought these two could honestly tear the house down. 95 for Balor, 92 for Nakamura. The storyline between Orton and Balor continues. No skill improvements, and I'm sure this is going to lose it for the low heat. And of course the two baby faces again. So we never really had a proper one where there was a good heel going against a good baby face, and we struggled because of that. And then we end the show with Randy Orton obviously failed to destroy Balor. So Balor's noticed this, the two of us stare down, and Balor looks good, the storyline continues, and we hope that the A-Star 100 segment can save our bacon here. In the end, B83 is pretty much what all the markets were kind of wanting. Some were kind of wanting 83, some were a wee bit lower. It would just increase our popularity. In 3 regions, as far as who's going to get a speech tonight, Sami and Cesaro. Don't think anybody really topped that. So Sami Zayn's pleased, Cesaro's pleased. As I say, we weren't on pay-per-view, so I don't expect this to make too much money, unless the TV money comes pouring in. But we shall find out in a second. But a good crowd there nonetheless. If there's anything here that really affects us, just NXT Women's Wrestling Weekly 55 that is now. So I've nearly had that going for, well, I'd say just over a year actually, that's right. NXT Wrestling Goldust is your star performer, so a lot of guys have come up to the main roster. It did lose a bit of momentum there. The money's quite high up at 192 million. So we did make money there, obviously not on pay-per-view, but you can see we've made good money in tickets, 12 million. We still have another week of Raws, SmackDowns and this to go. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. I've got to have a look down and see what our news items are. That's Ultimo Vampiro, as you saw in the last one, signing his deal. He'll be a heel luchador, given the look of him. And here we have Viper's contract ending, so we'll maybe look into that and see if we're going to extend that. Mark Coffey wants a better booking, as does Taya. Oh, after the last show, the World Grand Prix has risen in importance. It's now rated as an above average event. So because we've done 5 of them in quick succession, it's obviously getting a bit of prestige behind it. So that's great, and you never know, by the time we've done 18 of them, because it'll be 18 days, it might end up being as big as WrestleMania. But that's good to see that it's risen in importance. As I say, we've still got plenty to go. I think it's 18 or 19 we're looking to do. 45.28, so it's getting the same as a Raw or a SmackDown. That's good. That's much better ratings that we should be getting. Reigns doesn't like Dawson, Punk doesn't like Dawson, and Dean Ambrose doesn't like Braun Strowman. So we keep going the way we are. Our size is still looking very, very good. As I say, there's no urgent pressure to go and have amazing shows all the time, as long as we're continually getting this thing along, and I hope people are enjoying it. I know it's a little bit short, it's a little bit different. There's a lot of storylines not getting told, but at the same time, we're really just clicking through this. I'm going to probably have to spend a lot of money fixing these issues, because I guarantee half of them will be because they weren't used on a World Grand Prix. Yep, so that's the only negative. People unhappy, but hopefully, money talks and they feel a bit happy. So we'll still got a couple of guys on 100% records in Section A. We'll be back with Block B on the Sunday of this week in game, and hopefully another good show from Block B. So until next time, thanks for watching. It's a pleasure as always. Any comments, likes, subscriptions, all that jazz is all deeply appreciated, and of course comments I'll get straight back to. Until next time, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. Keep it tight. Bye bye.